grep command, right? So what this grep will do? So grep command is used to search the strings from a given file. Okay. So we discussed about the special characters also. How can we use this caret, dollar, okay, and dot, and this square brackets with the help of the grep command. And we are discussing about the pipe symbol. So what this pipe symbol will do? This pipe symbol will cascade the commands. If we have two commands, both the commands we can cascade by using the pipe symbol. Okay. So, so here now we have some files, right? ls-ltr. So we have these files. So here my intention is I want to get the details for project one. Okay, for project one directory. Okay. So in that case, what I am doing is ls-ltr. So I can use pipe symbol and grab project. Grab project. So what this will do is, so ls-ltr will give this response. This is the response we are getting from the ls-ltr. Okay. And what this grep will do? So out of this response, okay. So this response will be passed as an input to the grep command. Grep will filter for project one only. Okay. So that is what it is going to do. You see, now we are getting only project one directory details. We are not getting all the file details. Okay. So this is how we can use, you know, this pipe symbol. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, guys.
Okay. So in this way, we can cascade the number of commands. So similarly, we have one more command. Okay. So ps hyphen ef. So what this command will do is it will show all active processes details. Active processes details. Details. Okay. So here in the Linux, what is going to happen is whenever we execute any command, so every command will be running as a process in the background. Okay, so now to check all the active processes, what are the processes, what are the commands running in the background. So simply we can use ps-ef command. So check this one. If we use a ps-ef, so we can get all the active processes details. So here you see, so these are the different active active processes running in our system. Okay. Okay. So here, this is the command. Means every command will create a process, right? So for this particular process, this is the command. Okay. Similarly, so if you see, just now we executed ps-ef command, right? So this command also created one active process. Okay. So this is the process details for ps-ef. These are the process details we have. So what details we are getting here? So if you see here, so we are getting user ID, means which user executed that particular command. Okay. So user ID and the process ID. So for every process, there will be process ID. For every process, there will be process ID. That process ID details we are getting here. Okay. And parent process ID. Okay. So parent process ID and timestamp. Okay. So these are the details we are getting for all the processes here. So what is this parent process ID means? If you see here, so for every process, there will be one parent process. Okay. So in Linux, for every process, there will be one parent process. So, and the initial process in Linux, the initial process will be created by root user. Okay, by root user, that is a super user. So always the initial process will be created by the root user. So this initial process will have, so it will have process ID, that is a process ID as one, process ID as one. Okay, so always the initial process will be created by the root user. So this particular process will have the process ID as one. Okay, so this will be the, this process will be, this process will be the parent for all the processes, parent for all the processes. Okay, so directly, indirectly, this particular process will become the parent for all the processes. Okay, so if you see here now, so this is the root, this is the process created by the root. So what is the process ID here? One is the process ID. This, if the process ID is one, it represent parent for all the processes. Okay, so this particular process will not have any parent process. Okay, the initial process will not have any parent process. So that is the reason why we are getting the parent process ID as 0. So PPID is nothing but parent process ID. Okay, so for the initial process, there will not be any parent process. Okay, so for this process, there will not be any parent process. There will not be any parent process. Okay, so for the remaining processes, okay, so for remaining processes, there will be some parent process. Okay, there will be some parent process. So if you see our process, what is our process? Just now we executed ps-ef command. Okay, just now we executed ps-ef command. So this command also running as a process whose process ID is 1050. Okay, so this is the process ID for our process, which is created by the command ps-ef. Okay, so for this process, who is the parent? 1026 is the parent. Okay, who is the parent? So this is the parent process ID. Third column represent parent process ID. So this 1026 is the parent for our process. Parent process for our process. Okay, so what is this 1026? So this is process ID 1026. So what this one? So this process is nothing but the bash process. Okay, bash is one of the shell. In Linux, we'll have different shells like bash shell, C shell, K shell, like that. So different shells we'll have. So bash is one of the shell. Okay, so this bash process created our process, that is ps-ef process. Okay, so similarly for this bash process, who is the parent? So for this bash process, who is the parent? 1025 is the parent. What is this 1025? This is 1025. What is this su hyphen? Su hyphen. This particular command is the parent for bash. Now for this 1025, who is the parent? 1024. Who is one? What is the 1024? This is 1024. What is this 1024? Sudo
Sudo
su
su
hyphen. If you
dash.
remember, okay, if you remember, we logged in with sudo su hyphen. So this is the parent for su hyphen. Okay, so like this, for every process, there will be parent process ID. Okay, so to get all the active processes details, so simply we can use ps-ef command. By using this ps-ef command, we'll get user ID details, parent process ID, parent process ID. Okay, the command, whatever the command we executed, that particular command details we'll get. Okay, so here now my intention is, so I don't want to get all these details. So here, what this ps-ef is giving, so it is giving all the details. Okay, so what are the active processes we have running in our system? So all the process details we are getting. But my intention is, so I don't want all these details. I need only this process details. I need only this process details. What is the process ID here? 1024. I need only 1024 process ID details. Okay, So if that is the case, what we can do is we can cascade this ps-ef command with a grep command. Okay. So how to cascade ps-ef command with a grep command? So ps-ef. Okay. So pipe symbol grep. So what is the process ID we are trying to get? 1024 details. We need 1024 process details. Okay. So this is how we can use a pipe symbol. This is another way. This is one of the examples we are using. So most of the cases in this way also we'll use this pipe symbol. Okay. So try to check this one. So ps-ef. Okay. Grep 1024. You see, wherever 1024 is available, we are getting all the details. But we know, so second column represent process ID. So this is our process. This is the process where we are looking for. Okay. So in this way, we can use the grep command, and we can cascade grep command with other commands also. We can cascade grep command with the other commands also. Okay. So that's about grep command, and we have SCD command. So what this SCD command will do is it is used to process the strings. Okay, so means if you want to replace one string with another string in the given file, so in like that situations we can use this SCD command. Okay, so now it is used to process the strings, like substitute operations. We can perform substitute operations by using SCD command. Means from my given file, so I want to replace one string with the another string, then I can use SCD command. Okay, so here I have the files, right? Cat file one. So this is the content I have in my file one. Okay. So now I want to replace Unix with Linux, or I want to replace class with some other string. In that case, what I can do is I can use SCD command. By using SCD command, we can replace the strings. Okay. So here the syntax is SCD. And so if you want to replace any string with another string, substitute S is S. Okay. So here old string name we have to give. Okay. And then new string, new string. Okay. So this is how we can use it. Okay, old string and new string, and the file name from which file we are trying to. Okay. So here to replace old string with new string. Okay, to replace old string with new string, we can use the SCD command. So I'll try to take this one, SCD. So here I'm going to replace. So mm, I have Unix, right? I have Unix here, Linux is there, Linux is there. Okay, I have different strings, right? So what I'm doing is I'm trying to replace Unix with Linux. Wherever Unix is there, I want to replace with Linux. Okay, so wherever Unix is there, I want to replace with Linux from file one. Okay, so what this SCD command will do is just it will show the replaced content. It is not going to modify the original file. It will not modify the original file. Okay, so is it clear? Any doubts, Saptal? Is it clear?
No, yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So check this one. Now you see. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to replace Unix with Linux from this content. Wherever Unix is available, we are trying to replace with Linux. That is our intention. Okay. So where we have Unix in this line, there is no Unix. In this line also, there is no Unix. In this line, we have Unix here. We have Unix here. So two places we have Unix. Okay. Now, if we go to the fourth line, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have Unix here, right? Okay. So this Unix replaced with Linux. Okay. Similarly, we have Unix here. Is it replaced?
No.
No. Similarly, go to the next line. This is the last line, right? So here we have Unix. This is the last line. So this Unix got replaced with Linux, no issues. We have Unix here. There is no
That's okay.
change. Unix here, no change. Okay. So what is happening here is so what are the command we used, right? So this command will replace only the first occurrence from every line. That is what is happening here. Okay. So in every line, the first occurrence of Unix only replaced here. If you see, so this is the first occurrence of Unix in this line. This one. Okay. So this is the first occurrence. It got replaced. Okay. Similarly, we have second occurrence of Unix. It is not replaced. Similarly, here, this is the first occurrence of Unix in this line. It replaced. And this is the second occurrence of Unix. There is no replacement. Third occurrence of Unix, no replacement. Okay, that is what happened here. Okay. So now my intention is I want to replace only the second occurrence. Okay. I want to replace only the second occurrence. If that is the case, what we can do is so simply we can use a cd command. We can give here, let me write here only. So here we have to mention 2. Okay. So what this 2 will do is, so in every line, the second occurrence of Unix will be replaced. Only the second occurrence. The remaining strings, there will not be changed for the remaining strings. Okay. So check this one. Now, so this is the original content. This is the original content of our file. So first 2 lines, there is no Unix. In the third line also, there is no Unix. Fourth line has Unix. This is the first occurrence of Unix. So this is the first occurrence of Unix. There is no change in the Unix. Okay. And this is the second occurrence of Unix. You see, there is a change. Unix got replaced with Linux because we have given 2 here. What this 2 represent? 2 represent second occurrence of Unix. We are trying to replace with Linux in every line. Okay, this will happen line by line. Okay, similarly, this is the last line we have. First occurrence of Unix. There is no change in first occurrence of Unix. The second occurrence of Unix, it got replaced with Linux. Okay, so third occurrence, there is no change. Is it clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
yes, yes.
Okay. Now, if we want to replace globally, means wherever Unix is available, I want to replace globally. Then we can use the same command, and what we can do is simply if we use Z, so it will do the global replacement. Means wherever Unix is there, it will replace in all the places. That is what it is going to do. Okay. So now you see, there is no Unix in our content. Linux, 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 Linux. Only Linux is there. There is no Unix. Like this, we can replace globally also by using cd command. Okay. So this is how we can use a cd command to replace the strings. And the next one we have is a find command. So what this find command will do? So it is used to locate the files. Means or to find the location of the files, we can use find command. What this find command will do is, so it is used to search and locate the list of files and directories. So uh, depending on some condition, okay, it is used to search and locate. What this find command will do is it will search and find the location. It will show the location also, in which location we have that particular file. Okay, it is used to search and locate list of files as well as directories also. We can find directories also. Okay, files and directories depending on some condition. We have to give some condition depending on some condition. Okay, so this is what the find command is going to. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. So for more videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel MK's Tech Talks. So in this YouTube channel, you can find a DevOps training series playlist. So in this playlist, we have all the DevOps topics from basics to advanced topics with real-time scenarios. Please subscribe my YouTube channel.